Good morning, everyone. It is 4:30 in the morning. It is 10:30, 2021. Uh, is that Halloween? I can't remember. I don't do kids things, but I was going to do something really special this year, but no volunteers. uh, Damn Biden. Anyways, so this is kind of funny. Last week, I was trying to do a little bit of a expose on the real story behind the 2017 white nationalist march, whatever, when they were protesting the tearing down of who was the guy? Not Robert E. Lee, the other guy. Oh, whatever. A Confederate general. What's his name? Is it General Lee? Yeah, the Lee guy. General Lee. Dukes of Hazzard. The racist Dukes of Hazzard. Robert E. Lee. That's right. So in Robert E. Lee Park. Okay, so I started this research about 4 or 5 days ago. I thought the guy's name was John Kessler, something Kessler, and ironically, so let me see if I can't get over here. Ironically, no, maybe I did. Maybe I put them all over here for the show. Nope. So in Virginia right now, there's a race for governor, and that the race is about you have a left. What do you call it? I've only had 2 coffees. Okay. So basically, you've got this left-leaning governor who should have been a shoe-in, but because the tides are changing, there's a Republican who might take over Virginia as governor. And so it is the 11th hour. And so what this Democrat did, his staff members dressed up as white nationalists and started marching like they were pissed and calling themselves Ku Klux Klan. Turns out these are staffers on the Democrats. They were trying to make the Republicans look bad, trying to bring up Charlottesville, right, to turn the tide for the left-leaning governor or the governor, whatever. Okay, so I'm not doing a very good job here, which is ironic because I was just trying to do a little investigative journalism on the truth about Charlottesville at the time, because it is still, I think, inappropriately, inaccurately portrayed by both sides. Because conservatives are pussies and they don't want to look like racists, so they just stopped arguing. Like, it was a white nationalist rally, and so I wanted to make sure I wanted to know exactly what happened per evidence, per court documents, per people on the ground, as well as I can from Washington State, which might make it a little hard to do. So I gotten to the point where I need to find out the history of the leader of the Unite the Right, because he's claiming he's a journalist and he's not a neo-Nazi. He's claiming he's not a white nationalist. He's claiming that he's not part of those groups. He's just someone of Southern heritage, which doesn't want his history, good or bad, to be erased by the left because they get offended about everything, which I don't think is an unhonorable stance. I think that's a perfectly good stance. Just like I don't want my history erased just because it involved Native Americans and a lot of bad stuff, which it did, right? There's some really ruthless generals that came west and did some really ruthless things that probably went beyond even accepted moralities of the time. How about that? And those shouldn't be celebrated. Amongst other things. Okay, so I want to make sure before I do this expose that I won't get blindsided. And the guy turns out to be actually a white nationalist, to be actually an involved racist with groups and things of that nature. The best I can, because I don't want to support somebody who's a white nationalist. I don't want to support somebody that identifies with the Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nations, or any of that. If you identify with those groups, fine. That's your deal. I don't want to associate with you because I don't identify with those groups, and I think it's kind of ignorant thinking, even though you have the right to think anything you want, believe whatever you want, as long as that's not infringing on other people's rights and violence and whatnot. That's the American way. So I'm really trying to make sure I don't promote the wrong person here. But if my theory is correct, not my theory, but what I've learned so far, so I guess I want to take the fucking risk. I can't find evidence that the leader of the Unite the Right was a card-holding Ku Klux Klan member, rally attender, or white nationalist at all. I can't find that anywhere. All right, I can't find somebody said, yeah, he used to go to these rallies, or yeah, he was part. No. So far, I can't find any of that. And I've looked on his Twitter thread. I don't see anything that says he's a freaking white nationalist or Ku Klux Klan member. You can call him racist all you want, but he doesn't claim to be one, and he's not joining groups to be one. So I'm going to say, well, then you don't get to say that just because you don't like his opinion about Robert E. Lee and the South, which is his heritage. So I'm taking a little bit of risk here, right? But what I found by doing the research, what I was going to show here, I wasn't even going to show, I wasn't doing the expose right now. What I was trying to do is show you. A week ago, I was able to find all the information on this dude, and I was putting it together, blah, 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 blah. And I couldn't quite remember his name. And because of this recent deal by Legacy Media and Virginia Democrat, low effort attack on Glenn. So here, let's just do this, guys.
All right, everyone, it's time for an extra special video today. We got to talk about this crazy shit that's going on in the state of Virginia. Terry McAuliffe is clearly getting worried about losing the race against Glenn Youngkin. He should be, based on the latest round of polling. So what does he do? He calls in the Lincoln Log Project. Links in the description here. Here's the long story short version. There was a photo op that went on earlier today where you had 5 tiki torch bearing people that sort of like looked stereotypically like the Charlottesville protesters or rioters or whatever you want to call them. Looked like, basically 5 versions of Richard Spencer. One of them was black, by the way, and one of them was female. So keeping that in mind, these people then, they milled about for a bit. Literally represented themselves as Youngkin fans, which could be legally precarious, I suppose. And now they've been ousted actually as being Virginia Democrats. A couple of them literally tied with McAuliffe.
Okay, so that's the news today. So it's evidence that in Virginia, Democrats have a tendency to not honestly represent who they are, to smear and mar the campaign of their rivals. This is another example of that. Okay, so there's some sort of mindset in Virginia about it's okay to lie if it's for the right reasons. Okay, so I thought, wow, this really goes with what I was researching last week. So I tried to fucking find the things I was searching last week, right? So I And I'm trying to find the guy's name because I really want to make sure I knew John Kessler, James Kessler, JJ, I don't know, whatever. And I'm trying to find his name. And here, I think I can just go like this. Let's just go back. So, did I turn this fucking button off? Oh, damn it. Okay, so I tried this. All right, so I tried here. I tried here. Look, for some reason, Unite the Right Rally, I can't find his fucking name. But look at all those fucking labels. Was a white supremacist rally that took place in Charlottesville from August 11 to 12. Far-right groups participated. One that I know of, one far-right group out of two. There was only two groups. There was the group that John Kessler, who had gotten permits to do a protest march against tearing down the statues. Right? He had all the permits. He done it way ahead of the day. Said, look, this is what we want to do. We simply want a peaceful march. Now, this picture here is not of that group. This is not the John Kessler group. There was two groups. The second group was again, 11th hour, right before John Kessler's group was going to do a peaceful rally about not tearing down their heritage, not tearing down statues of their history, right? Was given a permit for a park a few miles away or a few blocks away, I can't remember, which was a outright Ku Klux Klan rally. But the word on the street was that the leader of the Ku Klux Klan was a FBI fucking plant who staged that Ku Klux this to mar James Kessler's rally. And so this behavior is mode of operation. So if we go backwards in time, starting with this one, today, right now, we have 5 members of a Democratic, or 3 of them are actual members of a liberal Democrats campaign group, staffers. These are staffers dressing up as Ku Klux Klan or white supremacists and claiming to be supporters of the Republican guy running. That's deceitful and that's stupid. So there's one. Governor Whitmer, which is Michigan, which is just up the road. The FBI, it took 12 FBI agents to infiltrate a group of about 18 white dudes who like to drink beer on the weekends and talk politics. Took 12 informants, agents, to set them up and talk them in to trying to kidnap Governor Whitmer, right? Basically, it was their idea, the FBI. It was everything was their urging, and it's all coming out in the courts now. So the FBI is more than happy to start shit to try to get arrests. They're playing politics. So when did that begin? How many times has the FBI done that and not gotten caught? Well, it's starting to make sense that the Unite the Right rally was not an actual far right or racist rally. It was simply Southerners, white Southerners, who didn't want to see their history or heritage or ancestry wiped off the face of the earth. But if you go to fucking Wikipedia, which is not at all a good place, look, there's only 2 groups. There's Unite the Right and then the Ku Klux Klan. 2 separate rallies, 2 separate permits. They're not the same, or it was not the same march. But they're putting them together. And out of 2 groups, look at all these names. Apparently, white supremacists, far-right, alt-right, neo-Confederates, neo-fascists, white nationalists, neo-Nazis, Klansmen, and the various right-wing militias. There was only 2 fucking groups. There's only 2 fucking permits. John Kessler's and the, most likely, fake FBI agents Ku Klux Klan group, which was given a permit for a different park. They were not the same. How the fuck do you get all these things in a one fucking group? Some groups chanted racist, anti-racist, not John Kessler. Some groups, there was only 2 groups. The fake one, so they can write this shit, and then the real one, which were white, peaceful protesters, and those are the ones Trump was saying we had good people here and good people over here. Because you had bad actors and actual lying FBI agents rallying a Ku Klux Klan group, which was fake, just to start shit. But my point is, Google, we all know Google listens. I can't find the research shit I've done, but I can. It's going to be a fucking bitch though. But this, I tried to find it, like Unite the Right. I went here. Unite the Right rally, Virginia. I can't find the guy's name now because Google's smart. It knows I'm trying to do an expose. It doesn't want an expose. Oh, there's Jason Kessler. I found it. Jason Kessler. Aha. Again, okay, so this is what Wikipedia says. He's a neo-Nazi, white supremacist, anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist. He organized the Unite the Right. That's true. Held, you don't hear anything on Wikipedia or these news about the other rally. There was 2 rallies. All right. So he graduated University of Virginia with a Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology in 2009. Prior to involvement in political extremism, Kessler wrote that he is employed in various working-class jobs as a dishwasher, gym technician, truck driver, and handyman. He was a supporter of Democrats and held liberal views. Up to 2008. He had worked for Secret Strategic Services, stupid name, and had voted for Barack Obama during his presidential run. The Occupy movement was an international left-wing populist social political. They're calling this guy a white nationalist fucking racist. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know how I didn't get here, but a former college friend, Jenny Rebecca, like bitches don't lie. That's all they do. Well, fuck around. Jamie Rebecca Kessler lived for a time in a government subsidized housing with a roommate who was described as an African Muslim. Well, that's what most white racist people do. Move in with African Muslims because that's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know, for them or somebody. What I was looking for are actual tweets by this motherfucker, actual verifiable evidence that this guy had turned, I don't know, was a racist white nationalist. I couldn't find it before. I don't go to Wikipedia for my information normally because it's saturated with left-wing lies. Bellamy First, who is also a teacher at Charles. Right. Well, attempted to get sent for his protected was arrested for a misdemeanor assault after punching a man in the face. Oh no! So what? A charge of perjury was filed. Okay, I don't know. Okay, that's trial stuff. It's a right-wing news opinion. All right? He wrote for a newspaper. All right, so I'm not seeing where this guy is a Ku Klux Klan member. I'm not seeing where this guy is a white nationalist. I'm not seeing any evidence where we can look to say, oh, this dude's definitely a fucking racist. Matter of fact, most of this would say he's not a racist. For Christ's sakes, he grew up until 2009. It sounds like he was a card-carrying, blue voting Democrat. But if you go against them, this is what I'm trying to show here. If you go against them, they will smear you into the dirt as a racist, regardless of whether you are. If you do something that they don't like, which, hey, he's like, look, don't tear down these statues, because if you forget history, you're most likely to fucking repeat it. Or all sorts of different legitimate non-racist reasons to want Robert E. Lee statue not torn down in Virginia, where the historical, oh my God. Okay. So, this is why the average person has no fucking idea. I didn't go to Wikipedia on the guy because I figured it'd be so, look, there's, if you're going to call someone a neo-Nazi, white supremacist, and anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist, they're citing the New Yorker, which, let's try to go there. Fuck. So, the New Yorker, August 23, 2013. Let's see if I can find fuckers. Find all right, so Jason Kessler, far right organizer on the Unite the Right rally. John, a 33-year-old self-proclaimed white advocate, a self-proclaimed white advocate. That's not a self-proclaimed white racist. That's White Lives Matters too. That's All Lives Matters too. That's pushing back against Black Lives Matters, black advocates. What I think it's an example of him saying, why do blacks get to say, I'm a black advocate of the black race, proud to be black, but if a white person does the same thing, it's automatically something bad when it's not the same rules for everyone. And we live in a country where that's supposed to be our number one myth. Whether it's true or not, it's still supposed to be the one thing we claim to want for everyone. Same rules for everyone. So if he says he's a white advocate, saying that we should understand the history of white people as accurately as we can and not demonize them, I don't think that's a white racist. I don't think that right there, and I can't find where he claimed that. They're saying he claimed to be a white advocate. And it's in quotes. I'd see him go by, walk down the street. He would wave to me. Hey, how you doing? Godfrey said. I got a bad feeling like, no, he's not somebody I really want to associate myself with. What? For Godfrey, who is black, the day's chaos hasn't ended and it hits close to home. The rally's organized. Jason Kessler, a 33-year-old self-proclaimed white advocate, lives 3 houses up the street. I'd see him go by, walk down the street. He would wave at me and go, "How's it going? Hey, how's it going?" I got a bad feeling like, no, he's not. So if somebody waves, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing?" You get a bad feeling from that. You ever been on a rural farm? So I used to live up at Elk. If you're not from around here, it's about 20 miles north of Spokane, a major farm area. On farm roads, the main highway, or 2-lane road, main highway, and everybody waves at everybody. If you don't wave at a car going by, and if they don't wave back, you mark that car like, oh, they're not from around here. It's what you do. That sounds like that. Okay, so let's go to the next here. Kessler's has been in hiding since the rally. The protest, the march. See, they switch the words when it's convenient to imply something. It's either a march or they're all rallies. They're all rallies or they're not all rallies. They're all march or I don't think he got a permit for a rally. I think he got a permit for a march and a protest. They do this lying, dishonest type of rearranging the words so that you get the impression, because you're too dumb to fucking do what, I don't know, not believe what the talking heads in the newspaper and on the TV say. He endangered this whole neighborhood. No, he didn't. The people who decided they're going to tear down a monument because they don't like it, that has historical significance, they're the ones that started this, right? They're the ones that started this. The statue has been there since probably the early 1900s. And suddenly, some fucking little brats come along that are probably rallied up by the FBI and say, "Oh, that's so offensive. We're going to tear it down." They're the ones that started it. You can't get around that. He didn't endanger anybody by saying he didn't like their idea to tear down a statue that already existed, that had been for almost 100 years. He didn't start that problem. I bet you that's, yeah. So, based off the fact that he said he's a white, what did he say? White, oh, here we go. That's right. Imagine his neighbor coming home from a bar with a group of white supremacists. Just think. 3 o'clock in the morning, they show up, and Jason's like, "There's a nigger right there." He didn't say that. Oh, my fucking God. A 20-foot patch of dirt and grass is the only thing that separates his home, Tashad Lawson, from Kessler's. Sitting on his front stoop, Lawson is talking right. Lawson points to Kessler's door and imagines his neighbor coming home from the bar with a group of white supremacists. Imagines it in his fucking brain. It never actually fucking happened. Just think, 3 o'clock in the morning, Jason, like, there's a nigger right there. Jason never said that. His neighbor imagined him saying that. And how awful would that be? Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh my God, the New Yorker. I'm done. I'm not wasting my time anymore. All right? I don't believe I'm being a confirmation. I believe I've thoroughly saturated the fact that Jason Kessler isn't a white supremacist. Not even close. And that he's been smeared. He was a goddamn Democrat. He voted for Obama. That's not what white supremacists do. That's not what they do. Oh, fuck me. Somebody, please, because I have a lot of stress right now, and I think it would really help me relax a little bit. Fight Club, whatever. All right, everyone. That was my little take today. I'm sorry. I just got inspired. It's Saturday, and all right. Check out the ones you love. Check often. This is Captain Kirk. I'm out.